3, 2, 1, 0.
Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it. What up? Welcome to Dynamite Rocketship. I'm your host, Toby McMullen. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to the YouTube. Check us out on all the audio platforms. We're on every single one. And check out the Patreon for bonus content, patreon.com/Dynamite Rocketship. My guest today is the man. Hilarious stand-up comedian, fantastic podcaster, a true grinder. I mean, you are hard-pressed to find someone who works harder, who cranks out more great shit than this guy I got in this room here. I love him to death. He's so funny. He's got a great YouTube channel where he's constantly posting some nice-ass videos, pods, and multiple specials. I mean, the kid doesn't put the pen down. He's truly one of the nicest dudes you could ever hope to meet. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Mike Cannon.
Oh, man, what an intro.
Dude, well, it's so easy when it's someone I love.
Right back at you. I'm pumped to be here, dude. I haven't seen you in a while. Honestly, the only way I can hang out with my friends is if I schedule a podcast.
Dude, it's fucked. Yep. It's like every single one of my friends, I've stopped asking to hang out with my friends on the weekends because I go, dude, Bears first game Monday night. What are we doing? And they go, I'm coming back from Toronto.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it. Yesterday. Because I always take the first flight back, both out and back. And yesterday I landed, happened to get home in a quick way, and then was in front of the TV watching the Giants with my son by 1 p.m. And it was the greatest Sunday ever.
Dude, that rules.
I mean, outside of the actual performance by the Giants. But
I was going to say, as a Giants fan, you're in a similar boat to me of just you're so excited for football and just to get your feelings hurt.
It's it's purgatory because I thought, with all the footage that was coming, and who knows if anybody could possibly be interested in this, but all the footage that came out of the camp and all that stuff, you're like, what do we have? Like a coherent team, like reasonable adults, professional athletes? This seems good. And then the first game, you're like, nope, the O-line is, just a true group of lesbians that can't block a single adult male.
Oh, it's just made of paper mache, dude.
Yeah.
I treat my relationship with the Bears like a girlfriend who's been cheated on. I'm like, no more words. I'm not listening in the off season. I'm not watching a single preseason game. You show me with your actions that you have changed, dude.
Yeah, I'm still hanging on to the fact that it doesn't even matter. All of this is house money for the rest of my life because 07, 08, and then 2012 was the greatest. That 4-year gap of Giant success, I'm good. I'm cool for the rest of my life.
You're chilling, rocking a Chicago Cubs hat.
That's right. Yeah, it's my son's little league team. So.
I also played on the Bears or on the Cubs as a kid. Oh yeah,
that's pretty sweet. I mean, I landed in Dallas, and my driver was like, "Cubbies are looking good." And I'm like, "Come on, man! This is the one Texan that gives a shit about Chicago baseball."
It's so what you should have done is just started talking about your son's team as if they were the real Cubbies, being like, yeah, we're great if we can just get our leadoff hitter to stop running to third every time.
If they just knew what a forced out was.
I mean, the infield fly rule has really put their brains in the pretzel. They don't know what the fuck is going on.
So I would help out a little bit, anytime I could, and I would go to a lot of the games, and I only helped if the coach let me. I wasn't one of those parents who's barking from over the fence or anything. I was like, anytime you need, I'll step in as an extra hand, just watch the kids, whatever. And it's so funny because he's a cop from New York, so his interpersonal children's skills are he's got frayed nerve endings. He has no ability to.
You got your glove, you got your hat, anything in your pockets that'll stick me.
Exactly. Dude, he gathered them all up after an inning. Truly one of those they can't find third, they don't know how to catch a ball or anything like that. And he gets them circling around. He goes, take a knee. They all take a knee. Some of them, face the other way.
Hands where I can see
them. He just stops and frisk. And he looks at him. He goes, you guys are looking bad out there. Just, you're looking real bad. And then he just got up and walked back to the dugout. Never told them why. Never gave them any sort of this is how we don't look bad. Was just wanted them to know that what they were doing is negative.
I mean, you guys suck shit. Listen, if you want orange slices, I don't even know. He just walks away.
Yeah, you can't say shit though because he's volunteering his time.
Of course,
he's taking the time out,
and he's strapped.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
yeah. I'll have you open your eyeballs in parking tickets. You walk with me.
Oh, dude, the amount of times he'd be like, you know who I like in comedy, and would just say like just the person who couldn't be any less than me.
Oh, of course.
It's like, oh, okay, so I don't know if you'd like my shit.
Yeah, big Nick DiPaolo guy, I'd imagine.
I love DiPaolo. I
no hate there.
I've cut my consumption. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you ever? So this is kind of similar. I used to watch when I was on coke. I used to watch the movie Blow and then turn it off when it got bad. Like almost like that 50 cent line.
That's so funny. Dude.
And it was just to justify my own behavior. Like I just didn't like how sad it got. Clearly I was, trying to avoid that. But similarly with some of my favorite comics who have, spiraled off the planet,
yeah.
I just watched their old stuff.
Of course. Yeah, it's like a crypto bro only watching the first 2/3 of Wolf of Wall Street.
It's the exact same thing. Yeah.
Did you play sports as a kid? You played basketball, right?
Yeah, I played every single sport. I played baseball. I was thinking about it the other day because my son every couple weeks is like, Dad, you know what actually is my favorite sport? And then will tell me a new one.
Yeah, and it's just progressively more expensive. He's like hockey. Like, fuck.
Hockey on glacier water.
I can only play on spring water, dude. Yeah. Next week he's gonna be into fucking polo. You're gonna be like, I gotta get a horse.
I mean, there are kids that are already, like golf lessons are happening. I've hung out with other parents and the way that they speak about children's sports, and I know some of them, and none of them had like any kind of success as an athlete. So it's hilarious that they're like, we're in AAU as a 6-year-old, and we're traveling Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, but we have free days on Monday and Wednesday, and it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, that life seems so intense.
Well, what it is it's like it's the same mentality of people who sign up for the army to get free college. Mm-hmm. They're like, no, if I get this guy wet with the wedges, he'll fucking get a scholarship.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, the way I'm looking at it now is not towards college. I think college is an outdated whatever. Like if you can do that, great. Mm-hmm. But at the worst, just be an influencer. just be a golf influencer and go up to guys on the driving range and be like, "What's your carry?" All right, if you get 10 yards over that, I'll give you this free putter.
Yep. I've seen those videos. I'm familiar. We got similar outcomes. What are we, dudes in their mid-30s? thinking about upgrading your whole personality?
Dude, I mean, I have been playing golf less this year because with 2 kids, it's just been hard to get out. But like, it is that thing where you're like, I'm 40 now, I'm a white man, and I'm on a golf course. I was like, am I fucking like just a guy on a sitcom? Like, am I just a hack of a human being?
Are you tweaking? Are you freaking out there?
Like, no, not at all.
Good.
Because I used to be that. I used to be emotionally attached to sports, and that was a lot of like, I'd take my anger out on it and like really get invested in it. Now, if that's what I'm doing, I gotta stop playing entirely because I can't unleash the beast. I can't be that guy anymore.
You are a guy who's done, it seems outwardly, that you've done a fair amount of work on yourself to improve and to chain that demon up.
Yeah, dude. I just like I played an old man, or not even an old man, 35 plus basketball league.
Yeah,
and I thought it was gonna be slow break, like really, like everybody's having a good time, like half thrown behind the back passes. If you trip and fall, everybody helps you up and laughs, whatever. Yeah. But it was the opposite. It was everybody that I played against was dudes I played against AAU because they were from my county.
Yeah.
They're all current coaches or trainers, so they're like legit hardcore about it.
Yeah.
And I felt that come out of me sometimes where I have no physical capabilities that I used to. I can't play, I can't burst, I can't do anything. But I'd find myself getting mad and like wanting to like get in somebody's face, and I'm like, I gotta stop this like right away.
It's tough when you're looking at a plumber's knees and you're like, I could take his ACL out right now. I could crack this dude's meniscus.
Oh, he was just wringing his wrist. What if I chop down on that next time he goes in for a layup? Really weaken it.
Oh, you're doing scouting report. You're just like, oh yeah, any lingering injuries I should know about? Yeah, I played baseball as a kid. Hated it.
Shit.
But my parents love baseball, so they were like dead set on me, and so I'm I'm what's called cross dominant.
Okay.
Which sounds like a sexy.
That sounds good.
It sounds like I like to step on balls and have my balls be stepped on. But what it is so I write left-handed.
Yeah.
But then I do all sports and shit right-handed.
Okay, that's my son too.
Oh, nice.
My oldest son. Yeah.
Nice. They say that people who are cross dominant have huge cocks and will be successful.
He really does.
But my mom was like convinced that I was going to be a switch hitter and that I was going to throw left-handed.
Yeah.
So she got, even though I have no capability of throwing a ball, like I barely do with my right hand, let alone my left, sent me to a practice with a right-handed glove so I would throw left.
Oh shit.
And my coach had a rule where he was like, if you miss a throw, you got to do 5 push-ups. And at one point in the practice, he said, just take the glove off and just do push-ups until you can't.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
she sent you out there. She sent you to an orgy with a soft dick.
Exactly.
That's brutal, dude, because if anybody else who's tried to throw with their offhand, that you have no control over it whatsoever.
Possible.
It somehow doesn't even feel like it feels like it's numb. Like you're trying to throw a punch in a dream or something.
Yes,
like you can't really even get the full range of motion that you do naturally. It's so weird.
It doesn't make any sense. And then when you see there's a kid right now who's blown up. He was really popping on social media. He's like a all-American high school quarterback who can throw with both his left and his right.
Oh wow, okay.
And it's so sick. I don't know what sort of tactical advantage that provides you, but it's.
I guess rolling away, you don't ever have to throw across your body.
Yeah.
But one of the most talented. I was actually just talking about this kid the other day. One of the most talented kids that I ever grew up with was like just smoking cigarettes at 10 years old, like a weed head by 11, 12, like a real like skater, Jankos, the whole thing. But he was throwing like 65 to 70 miles per hour as an 11, 12-year-old.
Insane.
Like really threw gas, could throw opposite hand too. So he could throw and fluid with his left hand. So if he had any training or any interest in kind of doing that, he could make it work. But he just I think he quit sports by the time he was 13, similarly because his father was like, no, this is your path. And he was like, I don't want to do any of this shit, dude. Yeah, I have no interest.
That's a one-way ticket to that kid drinking 40s, learning to tray flip behind some fucking Kmart or some shit.
Truly, dude, that's why I haven't I love basketball so much, and I haven't really pushed my kid into it at all. He hasn't played organized basketball yet.
Yeah.
But he's starting to like it. And anytime I'm like, you want to play? And he's like, no. I'm like, great. Don't worry. I just, whatever you want to do. We're playing lacrosse. We play baseball. He's playing soccer now. He's going to play Gaelic football too. I'm getting him he does jujitsu. I'm trying to get him to do literally everything so he can pick whatever the hell he wants to do.
It's great.
If nothing, it's nothing.
And what he's going to land on is going to be like a theater kid or something.
Oh, that would also be me. I was the first varsity athlete in my high school, or in my class, I should say, that also was in the school play.
Oh, you must have been pissed when you saw High School Musical. You were like, they stole my story, man.
I was like, why didn't I get an audition? I could dribble more believably than Zac Efron.
Dude, the last Little League game I played in was kid pitch. The kid on the opposing team hit so many players on my team that we had to forfeit.
Did you guys just refuse to play?
No,
they just injured.
We couldn't field the team.
Oh my god, dude!
Dude, I've never seen such a riotous group of parents, bro. People were pissed.
Well, baseball, what I didn't know and what I'm learning is it's a stressful sport to watch as a parent too, because you are watching your kid kind of alone, but on a team, and they could easily the kids don't know how to talk to each other yet. My mom was talking to me about it recently where she was like, you were a pitcher also. She's like, so I had to hear parents be like, this fucking kid, just under their breath, or or pumping me up to be a god, on some day, in some other days we're like, this kid sucks, get him the fuck out of it. She's like, I almost fought parents every single game.
The kid's name is Cannon. He's throwing 40.
Throwing noodle arms out there.
Yeah, that's sick. It's a fun. It's a fun thing to like get to kind of sculpt and expose kids and shit like that. Like my I have a group of dudes that we all play like Call of Duty and like online games together. And one of the crew has a kid who's now old enough that he started to play games.
Okay, cool.
And the mission is pro gamer.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah.
We told our buddy PJ, we were like, listen, he can get on the squad, but we're gonna fuck this kid up. It's trial by fire,
100%.
But
that's how they get better.
Yeah,
that's why I'm okay at sports, is because I grew up in a neighborhood that had all older kids. So I got every ball was imprinted on my forehead and in my nose, and just I got hit 100% of the time. And then against kids my own age, it's like you take the donut off the bat and you swing much easier,
dude. One of the great regrets of my life is that no one ever taught me how to shoot a fucking basketball. And
Sagalo.
Don't you
Dude,
dare.
But here's the thing. Sagalo is shockingly athletic, and just very clearly no adult ever took interest in him. No adult ever saw any potential or anything in him, because I've played with him and I'm like, you should have been on the football team. Like he should have been, he moves like almost like, not to make this comparison because it's easy, but like how Chris Farley is a shockingly nimble dude at the beginning of Tommy Boy.
Yes.
Sagalo has that bit of, he's a more lumbering doofus now because he's older, but like I guarantee he had some shifty hip ability when he was young.
He's a smooth dude. Mm-hmm. He's like, and he's very confident, sure of himself, like on stage anyway.
Totally.
I could see it. I mean, me and Saglo 1v1 would be...
we should stream that to the masses.
Dude, if we played to 21, it would take 9.5 hours.
By the way, I have a series on YouTube, and Sagalo's episode is coming out soon, or one of his most recent episode, where I coach comedians or other people how to play a sport for the first time.
Unreal.
It's called Coach Cannon because I'm basically prepping to be my son's coach and to give him lessons. And so in a way to avoid any kind of meltdowns or any kind of psychotic behavior, I'm doing it on comedians first and then taking it to my kid.
I love it.
So I'll teach you how to hoop.
Let's go.
That would be cool.
Let's go. I mean, I can't do layups.
That's perfect.
Bro.
That's perfect.
But the one thing that where I do think I could shine, point guard. I feel like I could be a nice facilitator.
There you go.
I feel like I could see the whole court.
Yeah. I love that. Just at this point in your life with no background information of basketball, you're like, I could really survey the scene and break things down if I knew anything about the game.
But by the way, that confidence is purely based on Call of Duty map knowledge. Where I'm like, no, you need to think about where people are spawning and how they're rotating.
That, you know what? I didn't even consider that as a form of court awareness, but you're kind of right. You're totally right.
Well, what it did was it opened up my brain to strategy in a way that I look at every single game differently now. Like when I watch basketball, I can finally see like, oh, people who like, because you're so dumb, you just follow the ball. And now when I see off the ball movement to like draw and bring in the switch, and so that's that you get like a mismatch.
That's from Call of Duty. That's so fucking funny. Wow. Yeah, that's great. I really like that.
I mean, setting up a screen's like playing for a trade, dude.
You're not. You're not wrong. Oh, dude. That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm retarded, but I'm getting there.
But your retardation works.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and same with like golf. It's like my game brain has been activated in a way that it hasn't. I was talking to one of my buddies who's in a band called Anamanaguchi. It's like a super nerd band. They're awesome. New album out now. Go check it out, folks. But they love competitive Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
But they're also into like traditional sports, like football and stuff. And I've been telling them, we were having this conversation about esports. I'm like, yeah, I've been getting my jock friends into esports, and they were like, yeah, but you also got to get your nerd friends into regular sports. And he broke down football using RPG terms.
Nice.
Where he's like, no, the quarterback's like your mage, like he's your caster, and then these guys are like your rogues, and then the O-line is like your DPS. And I was like, that is the most insane breakdown of football, but it is completely accurate.
It's also like what a valuable way to convey a message. Because I never played video games as a kid ever. Right. I still don't really play. Right. So the idea of connecting in that way, I don't have it. So if and when my son starts gaming, whenever, but I'll try to play with him, but we won't have that in common. Like, I won't be able to speak that language.
He'll finally be able to fuck you up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm holding on for dear life, dude. I'm sending his shit to the fuck over the fence. My wife too. She read that story about like Cooper Flagg's mom never letting him win. Because she was a D1 basketball player herself. And then finally, the last game they ever played, I think he was in like 8th grade, and he was beating her, and she was so pissed she like tore her MCL, and then she never played him again. But my wife now, she was a varsity basketball player as a freshman, so she bodies the shit out of him, and it's just like, nah, dude.
No, I'm posting you up, son.
Yeah. Like, I'm nicer to. I'll let him. I want him to like the game, and I want him to like sports. So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna just take your heart out every time we play.
Dude, she's just backing him down, going, these hips brought you life, and now they're gonna put you down, son.
And now they're working for the low block.
Football. Prize Picks. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Here's how to play. Just choose more or less on player stat projections, then watch the games and see if you're right. It's daily fantasy done right. It's a great time. I would recommend that any player on Chicago, you take less. Because boy, oh boy, is that a team that plays football. Here's what the app looks like. It's easy peasy to run it up. It's a good time for the whole gang. Get involved. You and your pals will have a blast. I guarantee it. Here's how to play. Just choose more or less on player stat projections, then watch the game and see if you're right. PrizePicks keeps you on the edge of your seat all game long. It's the best way to cash in on sports in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Download the app today and use code ROCKETSHIP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ROCKETSHIP to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Chicago is a team that plays football. I love that, honestly, and it's cool that your wife also has that. And do you guys watch games together and shit like that?
She's less into that, but more into playing. Cool. Which I mean, this past year was kind of, I think that's why he's into basketball right now, is because it was a perfect storm. He turned old enough to now shoot on like a 7-8 foot hoop. Like, correctly, because the whole 10-foot when you're like 5-6 years old and these kids are chucking. It's
dude, they're shooting from their kneecaps.
I know it's so counterintuitive in my opinion, but whatever. We watched the Olympic basketball, so he watched me watch my favorite players of all time finally together on a team, screaming when Steph Curry is like hitting all those shots, willing us to gold. Like, LeBron is having a triple double in the final. I'm like losing my mind. He's like, I like whatever's happening to Dad right now.
Yeah, sick.
And then the Knicks were good, and I took him to a game, so he was just like blown away by the in-person experience of it. Mm-hmm. Literally, I gave him ice cream at like 9:15 p.m. too. It was like he was fucking cracked out of his mind. Yeah. He did defensive slides from 7th Avenue to 9th Avenue. Hands up. Dude, all the way to the parking garage. Literally just like shuffling his hips and just trying to poke at the ball. And he was like putting leaning one shoulder on me, and I was like, "That's a foul." And he's like, "No, they were creating contact on the court." And I was like, "You were really fucking watching, dude."
Sick.
And so he's my son, so he roots against the team I love, which now he's kind of a Knicks fan, but he was rooting for the Celtics.
Brutal.
And he was rooting for the Pacers. And I, again, in an effort just to get him to like the game, I'm like, root for whoever the fuck you want. But I showed him some Peyton Pritchard like dribbling drills. If you've ever seen that, it'll blow your tits off.
No, I haven't.
My son, I came outside like the next day, and my son is literally pound dribbling with his left. And he's like, I'm working on my left hand now, Dad. I'm like, all right, psycho. I was like, whatever you want. I walked inside. I was like, I'm not going to be fucking Denzel and he got game screaming at you, but this is great.
If there was, no paternity test needed on that one. That kid's a cannon for sure.
I loved it. I got fired up. I'm going to be like Jalen Brunson's dad.
Psychotic obsession?
Yep.
I wonder where you got that.
Addiction, maybe?
Yeah, if I had a kid and he was like, I like FaZe Clan, I'd be like, we're an optic house. The joke for 4 people.
FaZe Clan, the only reason I know that is because I think they brought in Bronny James at one point.
Oh yeah, they basically got bought out by it's all chilled out now, but there was a ton of like venture capitalist money
that sounds about right.
in esports.
It's like Live Golf taking over.
For real.
Yeah, that's
for real.
So funny.
But they were getting injected with like mountains of fucking cash.
Jeez.
And so then they realized that the whole thing was a farce. Like these companies, they don't make money. They basically sell T-shirts.
Yeah. I don't know if any companies really make money or if they're all just moving things around.
Dude. Yes, dude. I don't believe that unless you're fucking Walmart. I don't believe you.
No, it's all just kind of shifting debt and just moving things around. And it's a world in which I'll never understand, which is why I'm dumb enough to have this take in the first place. But it just seems like like when you go out in the world and you're like, people are like, this is, I can't really afford anything. You're like, then where's the money? Like, who's buying anything?
Dude. Yeah, bro. Okay. You know about Twitch, obviously. You're in the content game.
Oh, dude, I love 225. That's my favorite. That's my favorite streamer.
Nice. I'm not familiar.
He's not a video game guy. He's just a dude who bench presses 225 pounds. He's very small.
Sick.
And he walks the world and hits on girls and goes like, oh, for infinity. He's the funniest fucking guy on the internet, dude. He's got his own vernacular. He's like, come on, Bussy Yui. It's all these girls, and they just immediately keep walking the other way. It's fucking great.
Nothing like some good old fashioned street harassment. But so there were all these allegations of these giant streamers using view bots to juice their numbers.
All right, Kendrick.
Yeah. So whoa, bleep that. I don't need California coming after me.
That's a UMG thing. No.
So Twitch just had a massive crackdown on viewbotting, right? They changed their shit where now they're like, you can't viewbot the way you were before.
Okay.
And their platform lost 20%.
Oh my God.
Of viewership, which now it's like, okay, Twitch, as it runs on ads.
Yeah.
They have to be having meetings with these companies being like, so our bad, all of like a massive percentage of our viewership that you were paying for is fucking fake.
Yeah, what are they, podcasts? I mean, that's similar in the sense that so many things, especially during the pandemic, because those were like blown up numbers because nobody was going anywhere. So people were consuming podcasts at an elevated rate, and people just assumed that was now the new business. And obviously podcasts are doing great, but they just assumed that these numbers were going to continue elevating because nobody ever thinks anything's going to plateau ever.
Nope.
But they just like pumped all this money and then numbers were going down, and ad agencies were like furious at the podcasts. When it's like, actually, you guys assumed this based on analytics that were very real, but now obviously the world is back. People are living.
People are out. People are out living their lives.
Yeah. And nobody has any money.
Dude, it is. We've hit a point where and I mean, everybody knows this, but I sit and I go, should I go buy food or go to the grocery store? And it's like the exact same almost. It's
totally.
There's no benefit.
I was talking to this guy. I was just in Dallas this past weekend, and this guy had 6 kids, which, his bad. But like that's fucking bonkers.
Wait, not to cut you off. You know the woman who she's mostly on like the NW or the F selling candy, chiclets. This woman, was 2 years ago, had a baby strapped to her, like tied to her body while she did the selling. And then now that baby is big enough that it's walking around. It's got its own little cart.
Oh, that's nice.
And now she's pregnant again.
Oh, good.
And I was like, lady, get some condoms.
I thought you were going to say she sold that baby.
She should. She should.
Yeah, right next to the churros.
I mean, and whoever get that guy a vasectomy. I mean, this guy's just pumping her full of goo.
Cute of you thinking it's one guy, but
Also fair play. Fair play.
yeah, but I mean, it does seem like, oh, the guy in Dallas, he was telling me, he's like, his fucking weekly grocery bill is $750.
How?
I don't understand how anybody would make that work like that. Especially, he was like, he's a truck driver, so I'm assuming he makes a good living. But like, I was like, oh, you must never see your family, and he's like, I don't. Like, kind of happily he said that, but he also, that's fucking bonkers to work. To be able to afford that, which, you know, make your arguments whether that's responsible or irresponsible. To have
7 kids? Wildly irresponsible.
Sure, but not unless, if you're Elon Musk, you're saying that there's a population shortage and we need to keep pumping these fucking children out.
Well,
you know, who knows?
And if you're me, you're just completely fucking anti-kid altogether, and the thought of bringing a human life into this miserable existence is fucking insane to do.
Yeah.
No offense, hope your kids agree.
No, it's totally fine. I also think that that's probably the case for most eras of humanity. Like, I bet most eras were, I mean, now it's like a little bit different because the onslaught of information is just so relentless and over-consuming. But like, during every era, instead of maybe like, you know, no, but even it's like people are like, this is the end of times. Every generation is like, this is it. It's ending. And then you just keep going.
Yeah. See, what I like about you so much and what we connect on so greatly is that you, like me, are being crushed by the crippling realities of society and existence, but you're smiling right through it.
Yeah, sure am. Yeah, this is my Irish approach, where, you know, just pretend everything's fine.
Very good down. So $750 grocery bill.
Yeah.
And that guy's on the road.
Yeah.
I think we need to check in on the wife, because that to me sounds like she's running my old scam, which is when I was in high school, I would ask my parents for their debit card, be like, I got to go to the grocery store, get some groceries, hit a little cash back, a little $40, get a nice little eighth. I think she's juicing the numbies on the cash back.
See, that's what's great about you growing up a little bit earlier than me. My parents didn't even have one; they would never give me any of their cards or even dollars. But the idea of getting cash back like that, what a fantastic generational benefit you had right there.
Yeah, my buddy Sharif put me on.
Nice.
He was also the first dude I knew who played online poker, and he won like $16,000 in 2006.
Yeah,
and I was like, this is the smartest guy to ever live. He's got cashback schemes. He knows
neither thing will ever end.
Yeah, he knows what to do with a King 9 suited. This guy's brilliant.
That I never won playing online. I only won in person, which is crazy because I tried. I was up a lot of money in in-person poker. It was a job for me for 18 months. And then I went away to school and just kind of played sporadically. But like online, I was never successful.
It's a completely different game
because it's all positioning and theory and statistics and all that stuff. But it also felt like I didn't play enough, so maybe that was the problem. But like I was getting sucked out on, which means like the low statistical probability would play out more times than not. Like, and I always blamed the fact that it was probably fixed or whatever. Which Full Tilt Poker, I think, went through a whole process like that where it was actually fixed.
Oh yeah, well the thing is, okay, so with online poker, similar to online video games, people cheat. They have like an external program that runs like what is it, GTO? Game Theory Optimal, whatever.
Sure.
And it tells you exactly what you should do.
Interesting.
So they have like overlays on their shit that's giving them all this extra info.
That makes sense. I bet that's even harder with AI now. Like now with that just being so readily available, everything is just computer versus computer.
Yeah. What kind of games are you playing in?
I mean, online or in person?
In person.
In person, I would play. The highest I would play is like 510, and you could buy in for like $5,000, and so that was pretty sizable for me being in college at the time. Typically, I would play 2-5, buy in for anywhere between 500 and 1,000, and more often than not, leave with a couple grand.
Where were the games?
Here in the city.
We
would play. There was one on Houston Street that there was one in Soho that I think the day after I left, like me and my buddies became known as the college kids because in those days it was very small. I think I got like invites from actual meetup groups. And so we got known because we would go to games together, the three of us. And the day after we left one, Phil Hellmuth and A-Rod were at the game, and it got robbed by machine guns.
No way.
Yeah, and there was so much fucking money. They made away with, like, I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and just, I mean, it was a dangerous situation.
Okay, that, one, cool story.
Yeah.
Two, Phil Hellmuth getting robbed. That's great. That guy's a real
pretty
coos. And A-Rod, I couldn't possibly give a shit about. Those underground games there is an energy there that is not chill, dude.
No, especially when, like, that one, the one on Houston was, like, the most professional and kind of like clean cut that I went to. But then we would play in Corona, Queens. We would play in Brooklyn, which this is before I lived in the city, so I just knew it as Brooklyn. I didn't know where in Brooklyn I was. I just knew I was in some industrial ass building. The parking was super easy.
Not a good sign.
Yeah, which is not a good sign. And the women that were, taking $1 chip as a tip were 100% being trafficked and probably doped up in the back. They could barely hold the fucking tray up, and then they'd give you a Sprite. It was crazy because my mom, I mean, to cut a long story short, I got in trouble and I had to pay for a ticket. And I didn't have a job. And my mom was like, what the fuck are you going to do? Like, this is a huge ticket. And so I took 10 grand from my room and I had it, and I like fanned out 700. And I was like, keep the change, you fucking bitch. And she's like, are you a drug dealer? Like, what is this? And I was all noble. Like, no, I'm a poker player. And she's like, that's fucking worse. Like, she had it clocked way better than I did because she knew who I was just hanging around as a child.
Yeah, you're going to... Oh, great. So you're going to get pistol whipped?
Yeah. 19... I mean, the amount of times that... It was probably only a handful, but that, like, people were waiting outside the games and just kind of, like, casing the place and being like, oh, how'd you do? Like, people that were not in the building asking, how'd you do?
Not good.
No, not great.
There's a real pipeline of drug dealer to... poker guy.
Mm-hmm.
I lived with a dude that I was sleeping on the couch. It was like four of us in this similar situation of I was just in Chicago. I was there for 6 months before I got kicked out of college.
Yeah,
and then I just wound up on the homie's couch in Chicago, not realizing that I was across. There was like a field across the last standing tower of Caprini Green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like not an ideal place to be. And one of my roommates I thought was just selling some weed.
Sure.
Turns out he was selling quite a bit. He was the guy for the guy.
Weight, as they say.
Indeed.
Yeah. God damn.
And so he got into poker or whatever, and we were all playing like low key every now and again. And then I hadn't seen him in a while, and my buddy hits me up and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go play poker with." Let's call him Steve.
Yeah.
We're gonna play poker with Steve. And I was like, oh, sure, that sounds cool. And he's like, my buddy's like, I'm gonna pick him up, then I'll pick you up. I was like, great. So he picks me up. He's like, we're gonna stop and grab some snacks for the place. I got a spot we're gonna go to.
Sweet.
I was like, great. So we go to the grocery store, and Steve starts buying lots of snacks and lots of coffee and like tea and like various beverages, like way too much shit.
So they set the game up,
buddy. And I'm just 22 and stoned and being like, man, Steve hasn't changed. Still throwing that cash around. Yeah,
he is thirsty and hungry.
Yeah. So then we get to Steve's new spot, and there's a fucking wrought iron gate on the front door. He unlocks that, unlocks the second door. We go up a flight of stairs where there's yet another gate. And I was like, man, these drug dealers sure are paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk into this fucking apartment that has no furniture in it other than two full-size tables. Yeah. There's a TV with like fucking horse racing on it.
Oh, yeah.
And a room in the back where you can smoke cigs. And he's decking it out like a fucking Airbnb. And then I just looked to my buddy who invited me, and I was like, what the fuck have you brought me to, dude? I thought we were going to be playing like $30 buy-in.
Yeah. Why are we at Gilbert Arenas' house?
Yeah.
Did you hear that he was running the exact same game?
No shit.
That's what he just got arrested for.
No shit.
Yeah, I think he's claiming he had nothing to do with it. But yeah, that's that exact kind of setup where they're taking a rake. That's what makes it illegal.
Dude, well, then the fellas started showing up, and I spent about an hour and because I was like, I'm not going to play in this. This is a real game here.
Right.
I mean, there's a strange woman dealing these cards, and I just sat around while taxi drivers gave me real dirty looks.
Yeah.
At one point, this is the guy who's a cab driver, turns to my buddy Steve and goes, "Why the fuck hasn't he bought in yet?" And I turned to my buddy and I was like, "It's time for me to leave."
I'm gonna call an Uber that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure smoking your weed. I'm fucking out of here, dude.
That's why like online is, I guess, a safer alternative, even though you don't necessarily know how it works, I guess. But my buddy, one of my friends in college, was playing 5,100 no limit heads up, $10,000 buy-in.
Jesus.
And he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars every couple months. Like, he was an incredible player, better than me, better than really anybody I've ever seen. But he was just, I like went to the bathroom at one point and he was up to 80 grand, like just at his table playing heads up with a dude. So it's like that amount of money plus you're away from whatever that is. I mean, that's the move.
Dude, well, what's really scary is you find out that guys who are good like that often owe very scary people substantial amounts.
And he
of money.
did. And he did.
They
and
always
that's why
do.
he stopped playing.
They always do.
Yeah.
They never tell you. They only tell you about the wins, and they never tell you about the debts.
Well, and they always like. He actually did. He was honest to it. He was like, I lent my friend 300 grand, and I was like, what? Like $300,000? He's like, I know he's good for it. I was like, there's no way you know he's good for it. No. We're all 19, man. Like, what are you fucking talking about? And it was just that level of like. That much money changing hands, changing pockets. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how they were getting it to each other because that seems fishy.
Duffel bags.
That seems like something that would be flagged.
Yeah, I think Zell would take issue.
Yeah, but I guess at the time, like the Poker Stars accounts weren't really seeing it that way. They were like, yeah, change hand, whatever. Jesus Ferguson is our COO.
Well, it was all offshore. I mean, when like Black Friday or whatever happened, and that they all got.
Yeah,
everybody lost millions.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, my buddy who was the one who had like 16, he lost like $15,000. Which at 16 is insane.
Yeah, it's too much.
Yeah, but those people, they get so desensitized to money in a way that like the value is gone.
It's still that way with me. Like, not to the point where I disrespect money because it means a lot to me now that I have a family and stuff. Yeah. But the idea sometimes, like the amount that people are making sometimes doesn't, like even the Kawhi Leonard news recently, where I'm like, the 28 million that he was paid, I'm like, but he made like 170, like 28's not enough. Like, well, who breaks the law for 28 million? Like, I'm like, I'm in my head like, just, whatever. I mean, while I have $6, but it is one of those things where it just like the real value of it, the real amount of it doesn't fully connect with me still to this day. And I think it's because like when you play poker, the whole point is to kind of disrespect money or look at it more like game points than it is actual currency. So when you have chips, your downfall is to actually look at it as money made. Because then you're, do I do that? Do I do that? No, it's all about like trying to accumulate through strategy and through brute force sometimes. So you have to look at it like weapons.
Dude, which is why the best thing to do if you're in Vegas and gambling, get yourself some psilocybin in your brain.
Yo, yeah.
That you want to completely disassociate it for the value of money and just really start making some moves, brother. Get about 1.75 grams in your dome, dude.
See, that's the difference between us because I got there. I was on a variety of things, either mushrooms one night, acid another night, and I got there and I was just like, look at these people that can't even afford to gamble, start gambling. Like I was empathizing with the humans behind it, and then me being like, I also can't afford to gamble. Why would I gamble? Like. Just that's the only time I maybe even respected a dollar.
I was at a blackjack table with some other comics, and one of them busted out, and she was like, fuck, that's the last time I gambled money. I was like, here, have some. And I just gave her a stack of chips, and she looked at me and was with such concern and was like, she literally went, this is real money. You cannot do this. She was like, I was like, oh, don't worry about it. And just like if you get up, pay me back. If you bust out, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And she was like, I can't. My conscience will not allow this. And in my head, I was like, no, we're having fun. Have some fun.
I mean, dude, when I was playing poker for a living, it was when I was playing basketball in junior college, and I took my team out to a Chinese buffet like 4 out of 5 days of the week.
Yeah.
Like almost, and I'm talking 12 to 15 players at a time. I was taking them all to lunch every single day and just paying for the whole bill.
Sick.
Because but it's not even like
I love low end bowling like that.
100%.
Because it's a sick thing to do. Everybody gets to eat their fill. It costs you $10 a head, and you get to feel like the man.
Yeah. You're like, look at this. I just spent $1.75 and I am Rockefeller right now.
Dude, when 2 of my boys moved to New York from Chicago, I took them to my favorite restaurant, and then I was just ordering, and the bill was like, I don't know, $120 or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the time, they were like, I didn't clock that it was making them feel weird because I was like, this is so fun. This is a great moment. Come on, guys, get in. And they were like, are you throwing this in our face right now? And I was like, no, I'm just trying to have I'm trying to have a fun moment.
Yeah.
But
no,
dude,
that's the dance.
Yeah.
You know,
and that, my friend, is where the juice lies.
That's right. You don't want to be the piece of shit who's like, it's nothing to me. You just want to be like, no, I'm codependent and I need people around me as I spend my money, as I light it on fire.
Wow, that hit a real spot.
Well, because I mean, that's not you necessarily. I was even speaking about myself.
Cannon, I think you kind of nailed it.
Dude, my parents were going through an active divorce, and I was like, hey, everybody from my team, I'll pay for you.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we'll hang out.
That's sick. Like, that sort of, I used to do the same thing when I was on food stamps. I would, not to brag.
That's a different kind of balling.
Well, what I would do was I would throw barbecues. So I'd go, I called them Obama cues.
That's great.
And I'd be like, no, food's on Obama, dude. I go to Aldi. I get like stuff for make burgers. I get like a pork loin, whatever. We had a shitty fucking Weber charcoal grill on the back porch, and my whole thing was, I'll get all the food, you guys get the booze, I get a drink for free.
It's great.
And it felt awesome, but also very shameful.
Yeah. When you're paying with that. Yeah. I remember selling my books like at some point when it was probably mid-semester in college
when you still needed them.
And after I went away, because I blew through every fucking dollar that I made. Like I wish I knew that I wasn't going to be like that money was going to come that easy for the rest of my life, because I would have hung on to it or figured out a way to do something with it, but just like pissed it all away. And I remember selling my books and doing that, where I was like, party at my house.
Yeah.
I have $300 extra and I will not stretch this out.
Nope. I'm just gonna light it on fire. Let's get a bunch of plastic vodka and fire it up.
Crystal Palace. We constantly got Crystal Palace. It was just disgusting.
I don't remember Crystal Palace. I don't know if that was in the Midwest.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this is upstate New York, so it may be regional, but it was I mean, they said it was filtered through coals. It tasted like it was still actively in coal.
I had a real come to Jesus moment where Canadian Mist was a whiskey in a plastic fifth that was see-through. It looked like you put apple juice in water, and it tasted like the runoff of an airplane engine. Nice. And I was at a house party, and someone was like, "Shots? You do shots?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So then he comes back with mugs of whiskey and passes them around, and I fucking slug mine down. And I go, Canadian Mist? And the guy just goes, did you just blind taste test Canadian Mist, dude?
Yeah, holy shit.
And I was like, yeah, is that not? And he goes, that's not good. Like, the guy who gave it to me was like, you should not know what this is.
Dude, that's like booting heroin and being like, 135th? Is that where that came from? That tasted familiar in my veins.
Oh, some uptown shit, huh?
I used to be able to kind of do that with Coke, like, and just based on like, we had 3 dealers that we knew, and you could kind of tell the difference between the 3. But it was, I'm not proud of that.
I never did Coke like that. I only ever bought Coke a couple times. Cocaine was always just like, it would just fortify my drinking.
Yeah, no, that's all it turns you into a used car salesman when you're 35 drinks deep.
Oh yeah,
it's the best in that way.
It's practical, is what it is.
Yeah. If you don't want to go to bed when you very should, you do some that.
But those hangovers are so much worse. Never worth it.
Not to mention you smelling like a fucking carton of cigarettes. There's nothing worse than waking up hungover from drinking and blow, and then also smelling like a fucking ashtray because you can't not smoke cigarettes.
You gotta smoke, and that's the problem with these vape kids. They'll never know the pleasure of fucking dipping that Camel Blue, getting a little number going, dude. Did you ever order drugs off the dark web?
No.
Oh, you missed out.
I know. I think I did somebody's acid that they got from the dark web.
I bet it was sick.
It was very good. Yeah, and I think like for the most part that's all I heard was that it was a pretty good place for that stuff.
Dude, I had this one, I've talked about him a lot, but I had this one roommate, big into heroin, big on the dark web.
Okay.
It was an unfortunate, like everyone has a story of someone telling them about Bitcoin in fucking 2008. Yeah. My guy was like actively addicted to heroin, so it's like you can't take financial advice from a fucking
no, you can't.
Junkie.
And now he's a fucking CEO.
Oh, dude,
he's a pharmaceutical rep.
Yeah, probably. He started selling heroin and started saying that he had to drop off people's medicine.
Yeah, he signed Travis Kelce to the Pfizer deal.
Dude, he literally Travis Kelce reps Pfizer.
Dude, he did like I think they just released it that he made $20 million from that Pfizer deal just for him to be like, get a vaccine. It's not gay at all. Dude, take it from me.
I'm like not a Travis Kelce hater at all, but that sucks. I got beef.
It sucks when anybody is just kind of blindly pushing pharmaceuticals and acting as though it's like some sort of moral righteousness. It's like, dude, you're working for the devil.
Well, what's really scary is how much power they have because they have they have infinite money for all the lobbyists and all of the marketing.
Yeah,
and every single marijuana legalization campaign, it is a bunch of dirty hippies against the most powerful. It's like a tale as old as time. It's like truly the king against the fucking paupers.
100%. I mean, yeah. I can't even get into it. I get so furious.
Yeah, but back to cool drugs off the internet.
Yeah, let's hear it.
My buddy ordered off the Silk Road, the OG. He got blow, and it got delivered. It was so sick, dude. It came in a like vacuum sealed, like totally professional DVD case.
Okay,
and then you pop the DVD out, and there was this tiny little. It was like 1 gram, right?
Wow,
of pure Colombian face melter, dude.
George Young shit.
I mean, to the point where we literally all did a line, looked at each other, and we're like, none of us have ever done cocaine before.
Yeah.
It's like face numb.
Like Bobcat and Blow.
Yeah.
Where he's like, I can't feel my face. Like it's still there, but I just can't feel it.
That's a pretty good Bobcat.
It's not bad. When he tries to be serious.
Yeah, but that was another like that doing Blow that was that good.
Yeah.
Turned me off all the other shit. Because I was like, oh, this isn't even close.
No, because you could like, not to get too deep into it, I guess, but like you could taste the laxative or the baby, like, or the nail polish remover or whatever. Anytime, because I did like fish scale once, which is like, it's kind of even like yellowy brown because it's so fresh, and it was from Cuba to Florida to, I think we were in Florida, and it jumped off the mirror into your nose. Like, it was insane, dude. And you do one and you're like, I'm never going to go to sleep again. Like that, and I remember being like, anytime after that we did some bullshit, it more and more chipped at the fact that, one, I shouldn't be doing this because I'm putting like legitimate poison inside of my body outside of the drug.
Yep.
So like the drug is terrible, and then there's the poison added to it. And it also wasn't working as well. So I was like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? And then, thank God I missed the whole fentanyl train, because I'd be dead.
Oh, yeah, me too. But dude, now you can't even trust weed, man.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? It would never hurt me. The terpene spray packs.
What?
Oh no, Cannon.
Are you about to ruin my day?
Yeah.
Well, I only get is this like in dispensaries too, or these are just like, what are you doing to me, dude?
Okay. So, spray pack is low-end weed that has been sprayed with a variety of additives to artificially enhance its appearance, aroma, or weight.
Oh yeah, I've definitely smoked that stuff.
Yeah, it's
100%.
And it's artificial terpenes. It's similar to the stuff that K2.
Yeah. I 100% smoked that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, when K2 hit, my neighbor he worked at a head shop, so he was just stealing it all. And you just had packs of that shit.
Yeah.
And we were smoking it all the time. We called it getting faked.
That's great.
Yeah, but
Wake and fake.
Yeah, but so now it's like they have all these terms for it, like sprinkles and shit like that. But it's just artificial. And so now it's like, especially in like the bodegas and shit, that a lot of them have chilled out now. But
Yeah.
that was all that shit. Right?
100%. Yeah, you could tell also, and especially with those like pre-rolls when they're like, do you want the $10 one or do you want the $25 one? And you're like, what is the 25 sprayed with aerosol? Like, what kind of fucking raid is this dipped in? And that's usually what it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a real shame.
That sucks. I mean, I'm more or less off smoking anyway. Like, I don't smoke anymore. I just take edibles. And now, since I took my long break from edibles, I don't take like the 100 milligrams, which are the unregulated you get from a dude ones. And now I take just 10 milligrams like an old man. And so I can buy them from the store, neatly packaged, the whole thing.
You were doing amounts of edibles that I found to be concerning, which is saying something, because I'm not a guy who gets concerned about that sort of thing.
No, I mean, my everyday, and you know, I know there's people out. It's so funny. Anytime I talk about this, because people are like, I took that before I picked up my daughter from school. Like they're like, that's a pussy amount. It's cool. Everybody has a bigger dick than me. Who cares? But I would take like 100.
Even your son.
That's right. Takes after his mother. But I would take like my normal dose was 150 milligrams. So I'd take a 50 during the day, and then I would take 100 after sets. Like that would be my daily thing.
That's a lot.
And by the time I was done, I was up to like 400 a day. And I wasn't even like really all that high because I had gotten used to it. I just felt like I was hit with a fucking tranq dart through like a rhino skin the next day. Like I literally was just like, why am I so tired? And it's because I was taking 400 milligrams of sedatives the day before and then continuing
Just
that
the
day.
world's worst detective. I can't figure this out.
Yeah, this is eluding me for some reason.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, you're the man.
You're the man. I like your space. This is a cool spot.
Thanks. Shout out to 4B Studios. If you're in the need for a studio space in New York City, these guys are great. Andrea, who runs it, is fantastic. They got a lot of great shows coming out of this spot. She's upgrading it all the time. They got a bunch of different looks. It's great.
It's awesome.
Big fan of these guys. And please check out Mike's podcast, Beautiful Boys.
Yeah, with Andy Haynes.
The very funny Andy Haynes.
Yeah, there's a link in my bio, so you don't have to like search that.
Yeah,
on your computer, you don't have to click "Beautiful Boys" into any browser.
Yeah, that was a fun realization. I was like, "What's the name of your show again?" You're like, "Beautiful Boys." You're like, "That's probably bad to search."
It's just us, and then just pounding gay sex for every other result.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, that's also our.
It's just fucking 21-year-old cabana boys with 9 abs, just glistening, ready for fucking heaps of jizz.
And that is not Andy and I. Yeah, no, it's a fun pod. Andy and I, we're both dads. We talk a lot about that stuff. So if you have kids, you'll love it. But also, if you like comedy, we talk about that shit.
Oh yeah. Anything else you'd like to plug before you dip?
And my YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy on YouTube. I've all my specials. Coach Cannon up there. Check that out. Sagalo has been the lone guest so far. We've done 5 or 6 episodes, but I'll get you on. We'll do some hoops. We'll do something. It'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe I can teach how to kickflip.
I mean, that if we swap lessons, that'll be fucking sick. I would love to.
I can't in good conscience do that. To put any adult human being on a skateboard is so reckless.
I have a base level. Like I can ollie.
Oh, I could teach you to kickflip in an afternoon.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right, done.
Sick. All right. Well, thanks so much for tuning in.